Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
A reminder that all of our guests today on this Friday, Donnie and Dolly, brought to you by the Whistler Golf Club, reminding group organizers of 12 or more players that you, the group organizer, play for free. To book your 2023 outing, visit whistlergolf.com/groups. Have I got that right? That address right? Yeah. Okay. Canucks and Predators tomorrow, Saturday, at Rogers Arena. Joining us now from the Predators, the pride of Port Moody, Ryan Johansen. The Preds coming off a 4-1 victory over Calgary last night in Calgary. Ryan, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
I'm great, guys. How are you guys doing?
Good. Very well, very well. Your takeaway from a win last night against a very good Calgary team.
Yeah, it was awesome. We needed a win big time, and against a good Calgary team in their barn, and then on our long road trip here, it was a big win for us, and now happy to be back in the homeland here.
Ryan, your team, you mentioned travel, but you're traveling right now, but your team also started its season with the 2 wins over San Jose in Prague. What was that experience like, and have you been able to recover?
Yeah, it was incredible. I don't know if y'all have been to Prague or Switzerland at all, but just what an experience. It was incredible. Prague was just amazing, and it was such a great trip, and bonding with all the boys and all the laughs and some bunch of memories and whatnot, and then to top it off with a couple wins was great. And adjusting back to the time zone, though, that was a challenge.
Has it hurt your team, Ryan?
Yeah. Pardon me?
Has that hurt your team?
Yeah, I don't. We don't make excuses in this business, but it definitely played a little part. You can always find a way to get it. To get yourself ready to play at a level where you can win. But, it was definitely a challenge getting back adjusted to it and just getting back going back here in North America.
Hey, Ryan, 63 points last year. What was clicking right for you last year, racking up the points?
I don't know if there's one thing or whatnot. I felt like I had a pretty consistent year and just, stayed healthy and kept myself playing at a high level, and our power play was really good, and obviously surrounded with some great players, and it was just a good year production-wise, and which is nice to be able to contribute on a consistent basis and help your team win games.
Hey, Ryan, Dante Fabbro, local kid. He's going to be playing in front of the hometown fans like you, parents, family. Tell us a little bit about Dante, how he's been doing this year.
Yeah, Fabs is an amazing kid. I love him to death. He's such a young professional. He's a young leader. He's so mature for his age, and like all us Western boys, he's just a great all-around kid, great character, and he's just one of those teammates you root for every day, and you want nothing but success for him.
Ryan, 13th NHL season. Is it still special? You touched on this moments ago. Still special to play a game in Vancouver?
Yeah, I was just having a conversation with somebody in our organization walking over to Rogers, and I was like telling a couple little stories about how my father and his father would come and try and scout tickets to watch Bobby Orr, and they couldn't afford it and couldn't get into the game, and they sat outside the arena and just listened and enjoyed the energy with it. And then I came here as a kid all those years and watched games and the Naslund era, Bertuzzi and whatnot, and for me it never gets old. I said I still have those same jitters every time I come in here because I still feel like that little kid just coming into a game. And I know it sounds silly being 12 years and doing this a long time, but it never gets old, and I appreciate it every time.
Who's showing up for you tomorrow? Family, friends?
Yeah, there's always a good chunk of people that come down and represent some gold. So We usually have a good presence of gold and family and friends in the stands.
Yeah, no shortage of BC representation on Nashville. You mentioned Dante Fabbro, Ryan. You've been in Nashville. That seems like yesterday you got traded, but you've been there for 8 years. I think I've got that right. Would you recommend Nashville as a place to live?
Well, I plan on retiring there, and hopefully one day, having a family and raising a family there in Nashville. I just think it's the best city in the world, and it's if you haven't been to Nashville, you got to go and just check it out. There's just everything about it is just incredible, and it's growing like crazy. And I absolutely love it there, and very grateful to be playing there and living there, and so that's my plan as of now.
Isn't Port Moody the best city in the world?
Second best.
Westwood Plateau. Yeah.
That's Coquitlam.
Yeah. See, you got to know your geography.
I just said Westwood. It's a beautiful golf course. That's all I meant.
I'm not cool enough to hang out in Westwood Plateau.
Yeah. Oh.
Didn't you shoot like a 62 up at Westwood Plateau?
Yeah, I heard
something like that.
I shot a 66. That was my best round.
Too bad.
Ever.
Wow.
Yeah. Too bad. At Westwood.
You were a few off.
Yeah. Hey, what does Roman Josi mean to your team, Ryan? He's on the ice all the time.
I know. And you know what? I wish he never came off. He's it's just world class. Everything about him it's world class, special. It's one of those guys when I'm all set and done playing, I'm just going to look back and be like, I can't believe I played with that guy for all those years. And he's and we were just talking about Europe. Like, you should have seen the kids when Roman Josi walked out on the ice. Oh my goodness, it was so special to just see him experience that and go through that. And he's like royalty over there. It was just so incredible to see. And he's a tremendous friend. He's a great friend, and just being around him every day is special. And all the hockey stuff is just bonus and fun and playing and doing our job. But he's an amazing friend.
Hey, Ryan, I wanted to ask you, you've been in the league 10 years. You see this new wave of kids coming in. They go 100 miles an hour. You got McDavid. You got all these young stars. Are you seeing the game change in front of your eyes as opposed to when you came in?
It's definitely changing. And you know what? I think, and we're still adjusting to that. Like we play a heavy, physical, hard game, and then you play these skating, skilled teams, and it's like you can't even hit them. And you're like, well, we can't even get to our game because they're just flying around 100 miles an hour. And so there's a lot of adjusting and adapting going on right now. And I feel like we're in a transition right now. And it's exciting. It's a great mix of everything. Like you got all these teams that have all this speed and skill and size, and they got a mix of both. And every team really presents a different challenge, but it has been challenging. It's there's a lot of video and a lot of talking and figuring out how to be successful.
Maybe you can tell us what kind of mix the Canucks have. Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. You probably don't know this, Ryan, but there's a tradition on the show. Every time you join us from back in the old station as well, the funny station. But you telling the story, and I know you're going to hate me for this. You can let me tell the story if you want. You telling, because it's for the minor hockey parents out there. Yeah. You telling the story about you in Penticton with the V's and the video camera. Do you want to do it, or do you want me to handle it?
Yeah. No, I'll do it. It is a tradition, and it's an important story. And I actually, the best moment I told the story was my dad's retirement party. Mm-hmm. And we had this big gathering at my house, and we have all these family members and cousins and kids and hockey players. And I just said, I got a story about my dad I want to tell. And I'm playing in Penticton. I'm 16 years old. And I just moved away from home, and I'm playing on an average of 2 to 3 shifts a game for about 20 games. And while being scratched every other night. Traveling around on a bus, all over the place, playing 2 shifts a night, and I get to a point around January, and I call my dad and I said, Dad, I'm done. I'm completely done. I'm basically in tears outside of the arena in Vernon. And I'm like, Dad, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Like, I play hockey to have fun. I just love this game. And, like, I'm not having any fun, and I can't even play. I don't even play. Like, I think it's smart to come home and go to school and figure something out. I don't know, work for you in the summers. But this is just crazy. And my dad, Randall, says, son, you need to trust in me. You need to believe in me. And you love this game more than anyone in the world. And the video camera part is like, as I was going through that, our coach had me up in the stands with our fans, and I'm video cameraing our team's games so that we could break down video. So I'm out there, 16 years old in my suit, in the stands with all these fans, and I'm videoing our games so our coach can break down all this film for us to go over. And I'm like calling my dad. I'm like, what is, like, this is insane. And, get to that point, and I was done. And I'm like, Dad, I need you to come pick me up. I'm done. And he said, son, I need you to trust me. You love this game more than anyone in the world. I need you to believe in me on this one. And I need you to keep going. I'm like, Dad, no, I'm done. I need you to come pick me up. He's like, son, please just believe in yourself. I believe in you, and trust me. And if he would have came and picked me up, who knows where I'd be right now. Wow. But he knew how much fun and how much joy this game brought me, and how much I loved it and cared about hockey. And he wasn't going to let a little adversity take away all this joy from this game that it's given me from all these years. And from where I'm at today and that one phone call, the difference in my life, what it could be, is pretty crazy.
Well, if he had picked you up, you'd be living in the second best city in the world, Port Moody.
Exactly.
All right, Ryan, exactly. Thanks for doing that again. I know I make you do that every time, but I think it's a really important story for a lot of minor hockey parents out there. Sure appreciate
Next year, you're telling it.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for this, Ryan. Appreciate it. All the best.
All right, guys. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Take care. Thank you.
You bet. Ryan Johansen of the Nashville Predators.